Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Mokono Man at YouTube with the long-awaited hand painting acrylic tutorial. We're going to be doing alcohol-based paints such as gunze or Tamiya, though the same technique can apply to water-based, just swapping isopropyl alcohol with water, of course. I will be using isopropyl alcohol over the Tamiya thinner just to prove that realistically it is the same product. Getting straight into it, we're going to mix up and shake up the jar beforehand and using the stick empty it into a small pellet. We will use equal parts, just like the other tutorials, of thinner and paint. The idea is to do multiple very light coats over one heavy one to prevent any paint streaks or imperfections through our painting work. With a clean, appropriate sized soft brush, I like to use the round bristled one, but a flat bristled one will also do well, just a cheap paintbrush. Whisk the paint across the surface very, very thinly. Avoid any paint strokes and build-up of excess paint. When doing a solid coat across the whole kit, you'll notice that the paint is a bit translucent. Will leave a marble, very ugly finish, pull in some detail. This is perfectly fine. We're going to allow it for a few hours to dry and repeat the process multiple times until we're very happy with the solid and strong finish of the paint. Due to pigment density being quite low in acrylic, we're probably going to have to do more coats than we have done in other types of paints. It is also important to keep in mind that the quality of your paint work will reflect the condition of your brushes, so care is most important for your perfect finish. Clean in either water, turpentine or lacquer thinner and dry before re-dipping into the paint. Do not store the brush on its bristles and just keep the bristles facing up or flat on the table for a beautiful and appropriately conditioned brush to use in future projects. Of course, keeping that layers is the most important concept of this style of hand painting. I believe to memory that this kit required 4 coats to get this vibrant, glossy red finish. Notice how it is not gluggy and the detail comes out quite sharply. Now we'll notice that the kit does have some detail in the vents and other weapon system. We'll also look at detail painting within these small crevices and whatnot. We want to make sure that the initial coat has fully dried and hardened. So this is a step you'll attempt a few days after the initial painting, and it's safe to handle your kit without leaving fingerprints or impressions. In the detailing stage, the absolute most important thing, again, is brush care. You'll be using a fine tip brush, and to keep the tip, you'll have to regularly massage it with your fingers. Damaging it can absolutely render your paintbrush useless and produce some fairly sloppy work. The easiest way around detail is just very neatly with paint straight out of the pot, no thinning required. Outline the area that you're going to paint as carefully and as close to the edge as humanly possible, and then fill it in. If mistakes are made, you can attempt to wipe it away, or once dried, just repaint over it using the colour of the main base and keep kneading it up until you're satisfied with the finish. Multiple colours can be done, and it is quite rewarding with raised detail being differently coloured. In a short period of time, from a base primed surface, we should have something very basic like this, ready for decals, top coating and further weathering, of course. And this is a finished result, dodai, with from a previous project, a goof standing on top. Notice how the two painting, the goof on top being airbrushed, is very close, and it's near impossible to tell that these two kits are of a different painting style. The important part of hand painting of this particular method is patience. If it's difficult to grasp a model, you want to paint half of it and then paint the other half at a later date. Granted, it's going to require many coats over many days, but you're going to have a very satisfying, very neat, clean finish without any major expense or effort on your behalf. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, please keep following this channel, and more tutorials and reviews will be coming your way. See you later.